I'm Diana Pombo, your host today, and I have with me a very special guest, Spoorthi Kumar. Spoorthi, welcome to the WOC Inspire Her podcast. It's so nice to have you here today. Can you tell our audience a little bit about who you are and where you're from?
Sure. First of all, thanks for having me. This is a great opportunity for me to be here. My name is Spoorthi. I am originally from Bangalore. I came to the U.S. 18 years ago, and I am here because I am a woman entrepreneur. I own a specialty coffee shop called Hidden Grounds Coffee, located in Jersey.
Okay, so I did a little homework on Spoorthi, and I read you're known as a new age Wonder Woman. You wear a lot of hats in your business. Can you tell us a little bit about how you balance everything that you do in your business?
Yeah, sure. When we first started Hidden Grounds, I didn't really know what exactly my role was in the company other than every day you just have to get up and hustle and wear a lot of, different hats, as you just mentioned. So it was, for a lot of it was essentially just learning by myself, whether it's just Googling every day as far as how to hire a contractor or how to do bookkeeping. So, as far as how I juggle it, it's very much about time management at this point. After 8 years of doing the business, it's very much about just figuring out what your priority is in a lot of these tasks and just as far as scheduling your time to do that on a daily basis. So.
Okay. Yeah. And so the inspiration for the name of the business, Hidden Grounds, where did that all come from?
Yeah, that's actually a good story because when we were first thinking of the name for the coffee shop, we didn't have any clue. And it was just a couple of our friends just sitting on our porch and brainstorming, and one of our friends suggested Hidden Grounds because the first location's actually underground. And, we really like sort of the pun on the word, and we figured out that it makes a lot of sense. And then the running joke was when we opened more stores that we needed to be hidden. So we have tried so far to make it as hidden as possible. But yes, that's the origin of the name.
So tell us a little history about the masala tea, one of your specialty items in the cafe. Where did it come from, and what is the history behind it that's sentimental to you?
Yeah, so Masala Chai is a very popular drink made in mostly the north of India, but chai is in our language actually tea, right? So for us, chai is generally made out of a black tea, and generally it's from Assam or Darjeeling, which is in the northeast of India, and it's ground with spices. So it has cardamom, allspice, ginger, and we boil it with milk and water and sugar, and we strain it. So it's a very sentimental value for a lot of us as far as just how we drink it. We drink it pretty often in India, whether it's in the morning or in the afternoon, in the night. So for us, we really wanted to bring that sort of concept within Hidden Grounds, because for us, the only reason that we are so different than any other specialty coffee shop is that we're bringing our culture into how we do things. So the Masala Chai was really a concept that we wanted to bring into the space that we've already created. And, so far it's worked pretty well.
Wow. So is it a special recipe that you use, special products? I know that you sample everything before you buy it. You're very picky with, where you get everything, from the produce to everything, that you serve in the cafe. Can you tell us a little bit about that and partnerships that you may have with other brands?
Yeah, for sure. For the Masala Chai itself, we do source our black tea from Assam, as far as the actual, whole leaf tea itself. The spices we ground ourselves, so we get fresh ginger and allspice and cloves, and we grind it as far as using the spices with the Masala Chai. And as far as a lot of our other products, being in specialty coffee, we roast our own beans. So we do have connections with green bean providers from all over the country, but mainly from Colombia and Peru and, Ethiopia. So for us, that vendor connection and relationship that we have is very important because, as a small business, we want to support other businesses as well. So we really do sort of like try to choose carefully the vendors that we connect with and have a relationship with, because inherently we're all in this together. So
that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So can you tell me a little bit about this consulting that you offer and, your passion to actually inspire and help other female projects?
Yeah. So, one of the things that, before I started Hidden Grounds, I was in the tech industry and doing a lot of, as I thought that's how my path should be. And I soon realized that, it wasn't necessarily my passion. My passion was to, open a business and be an influencer of sorts as a, immigrant woman. So for me, when we opened Hidden Grounds, at the beginning, it was very much about just how to run this day to day and figure out how to make sure the business can be successful. And now we're really at that point where we want to also understand how our decisions are influencing others. So, for me, as far as the consulting part of our business really came about because when we opened it, we had no clue how to do anything. It was so much of it was just a trial and error, a lot of failures, and a lot of successes as well. But it was very much that we didn't get a hand that we could just hold on and be guided by. Right. So we realized it would be great to kind of put together this concept of being a consultant for other people who might want to open a specialty coffee business or a retail business of sorts, and give our expertise into that. So that's how that started. And right now we have 2 other cafe businesses that we have consulted so far, and are running pretty successfully. And so it's always great to kind of reconnect with them and help them build their business as we go.
That's amazing. That's amazing because you're working together. That's kind of like the concept of our group, working together. Together we're stronger. Together we succeed. Like you're not competing against another cafe. You actually want to help and share your knowledge and your experience. That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
We never look at it as a competition necessarily, right? Because we're all in this together, and in the end of the day, it's we have a lot of inquiries we get from just general businesses where they're like, hey, we saw you use this technology, like where did you get it from? And we're never like, oh, this is a secret of Hidden Grounds, because for us it's about that knowledge transfer is also very important, because we're all businesses that are trying to succeed, especially right now in the state of how things are. So
right.
Yeah.
So talk a little bit about that, and have you had to pivot anything or come up with, get creative, some new ideas to get through this?
Yeah, when COVID obviously hit in 2019, for us it was, for any business for that matter, was what do we do next? So, we obviously had to shut down our business for a month. And during that time, we really thought about what can we be doing as a business to help the situation as is. So we actually started to donate coffee boxes to hospitals in the nearby area. And it really just started off as an idea of just friends and family donating to us. And we would put together these coffee boxes and pastries and physically just go out there and, gear up with everything and with masks and headscarves and everything and go donate boxes. And then we essentially opened it up to the whole community, and we sold around 350 boxes.
Wow.
Just within a month. And, I was traveling all the way to Brooklyn, New York to just in Hackensack, delivering coffee boxes. And, it was the little things that we could do within that time period, and just to kind of mentally just stay active and to really think about the fact that like everyone is going through this. Right. So we just need to fight together in order to.
And that's great.
Kind of
that's
forward.
Great. So, you got creative.
Yeah.
We help you, you're helping someone, and just a small box of coffee and pastries just,
goes a long way.
Goes a long way.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So where do you see, the future, 2022? What's next for Hidden Grounds and Spoorthi?
Yeah. As far as what's next, we obviously want to expand into more potentially retail locations. We are looking at New York City as a potential, but we obviously have to see the condition of what's going on with COVID and everything else. But we would like to expand. We're also looking at adding an arm for Hidden Grounds into like a corporate social responsibility, to look into working on projects where we can lead more female-led projects and, become mentors and so on and so forth within Hidden Grounds. Like, what is actually our responsibility for the community around us as we grow? So, yeah, there's a lot ahead for us, and I'm excited.
So, Spoorthi, what takeaway can you leave with our viewers today of, what advice would you give them of how to either start their business or pivot their business?
Yeah, that's a good question. A lot of people do come to us wanting to have this drive of opening a business. And the one thing I always tell them is, it's easy to just start a business, but what is the most challenging part of it is the grit it takes to kind of get up every single day, sacrifice a lot of your personal life, and to do it every day. So the hustle, I think, is probably the most important thing. And for that, it's just mentally preparing yourself to know that, hey, this is going to take a lot of your time, and you need to be in the good headspace to be able to do this every day. And it's extremely possible, but it's a lot of it is just talking to yourself to ensure that you're ready to do it.
Right.
So yeah.
Amazing. So self-affirmation and believing in yourself that you could do it.
Definitely.
Well, it was a pleasure to have you here today. Why don't we end by you telling the audience where your locations are, where they could find you. You must try the rose chai and the masala tea. Amazing.
Thank you.
So let's tell us where all the locations are.
Sure. Currently we have 6 locations. We have 2 located in New Brunswick, and we have 2 located in Jersey City and 2 in Hoboken. The addresses for all our locations are on thehiddengrounds.com. You can get all the details on there, and looking forward to expand into more. So thank you.
Thank you. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in. We'll see you on our next WOC Inspire Her podcast.